Hey everyone, so in this video, today we'll be talking about how you can be fluent in English in 2023 by using the right methods. So if you are someone who is still struggling to acquire the fluency or still you are not that fluent in English, then here is the practical approach which you should be taking in order to be fluent in English. So let's begin. So the first thing is treat English as a skill and not as a subject. How you can treat English as a skill and acquire it more quickly. Yes, you heard it right. Don't treat English as a subject. You should be treating it as a skill. But then what are the ways of doing it? First of all, why should you be treating English as a skill and not as a subject? Because if English is important for your career and your career progression depends on how you speak the language, then it is definitely a skill for you. If you treat it as a subject, neither you will be able to master it, nor you will be able to succeed in that. So here are a few practical tips which I'll be sharing with you, so you could learn the language quickly with the right ways. Please understand, this is not any miraculous or instant fluency giving video. So if you are really genuine about learning the language, then please stay with me till the end and watch this video. I assure you that you will find it valuable. So let's begin. So why you should be treating it as a skill? So here is the answer. Please understand that language has two parts. One is the technical part where you learn about the grammar, formula and all the other things. And the second is the psychological part, right? So when you start treating English as a skill, the mind shift happens. That means your journey from a regular speaker to a pro speaker begins. Because that is what required. Now I come to the point that how you do that. It is not possible that you just assume that, okay, it's a skill, now I will acquire a skill. No, here is a difference. Any skill like riding bicycle, swimming, playing music or dancing requires PDT, practice, dedication and time. These are the three parameters which are non-negotiable in order to learn or acquire any skill, and the same applies with spoken English also. So far, if you were thinking that you will learn the language, you will become a pro speaker by just doing few general things, then this is the time, this is the moment of truth for you that you do realize that this is not going to happen. You would need to give practice, dedication and time. Without these three parameters, you will never be able to become a pro speaker. That means your skill in English will never be enhanced. Let's say if you are still watching the video and now you want to know how do you do that. So here is the roadmap. First is establish clear goals depending on your current fluency level. This is the major mistake which a lot of language learners do. What they don't do is that they do not assess themselves. They have no clarity of their current level of fluency, and then they just start practicing anything or everything, or they just enroll in any random course available in the market, and then in that process very soon they get disheartened and they quit their journey and they think that it's not possible for them at all. So you clearly establish your goal that okay, right now I am at foundation level, I can make basic sentences, and my goal should be to achieve the intermediate level where I could speak in 2-3 sentences back to back. I could express my thoughts a bit easily. Step number 2, build a strong foundation. Once you are aware of your current fluency level, you would know that what are the areas you need to improve upon. Let's say if you are a beginner, I would always recommend, irrespective of any popular suggestion on YouTube or public domain, I would always ask you to master your tenses first. And when I say master your tenses, I am not saying that you should be reciting the formula. Instead, you should be aware of the real usage of that tense in the context. Let's say if you want to express something which is happening in the present, currently it's happening, you should be able to express it with present continuous tense with proper example. Because understand guys, the tenses gives you a basic sentence formation structure, which is very important, because it does not matter how much vocab you know, but if you cannot put it in a sentence, it's like waste. Just to give you an example, when we try to learn bicycle, what do we do first? We try to balance the cycle first. We are not worried about the race. We are not worried about the speed of it. We are not worried about whether we will fall or not. It's just that we try to balance it. Our focus is always on balancing that. So similarly, while learning tenses, you should be able to know that why I am learning this tense and what is the use of it. So if you do that, your foundation will be strong, and later on when you pick or you acquire the vocab along the way, it will be easier for you to put it in a sentence. Third is daily practice. There is no alternate of daily practice. Like any other skill, speaking in English requires daily practice, and if you are not able to do that, if you give excuses to yourself, that means you choose to become a mediocre speaker of it. But if you are watching this video, I believe you want to be a pro speaker, and for a pro speaker it requires dedication. So out of 24 hours of your day, dedicate 1 hour just for speaking practice, because if you are enhancing your speaking, you need to be speaking, and you have to do it actively. Don't be a passive speaker, be an active speaker. In addition to speaking, you will also have to focus on reading, writing and listening. Why reading is important? Because reading will give you the context of vocab, the words, which you will be able to use when you try to speak in this language. And that is how everyone picks up the language. That's the way. And the last one is immerse yourself with the language, with English. Whatever you are watching for entertainment, watch it in English. Whatever you are reading for entertainment or any information, try to read it as much as possible in English. Try to speak as much as possible in English. Try to listen as much as possible in English. Whenever you are disheartened, just remember two things. First is English is a skill which is important for your career progression, and come what may, you want to improve on that. So this will call for PDT, practice, dedication and time. And if it is priority for you, you will definitely make a time. And if it is not, then you will find the excuses. So I hope this video would help you, because I did not tell anything which is like very fancy. Instead, I spoke about the practical ways of enhancing your speaking, and if you stick to it, you will definitely improve. In my next video, I will tell you how to master your tenses with practical approach. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.